Hello, my little weirdos, fellow weirdos. You know what's very sick? Things the current administration 2025 in America, those kind of things that they're doing, that's very sick. And I'll tell you why. It's not just sick, it's sadistic. U.S. aid, all the foreign aid programs that America has, that takes up, I think they said 1 or 2% of the entire amount that America puts out for all its programs and everything. That's what our taxes pay for. Oh, our money, which means it should be for things that we want, not what you want and you say we want. But it gets sadistic when they cut off programs that are not the problem. And even all of those programs combined were like 2% of what all of the millions, trillions going out consisted of. So it really didn't help. All of those programs under that umbrella, all of them still came up with that tiny bit. You know where a lot of it goes to? The military, Department of those things. Well, they call it Department of War, but it's still the Department of Defense is what it was supposed to be. So that just becomes sadistic when they stop these programs that aren't going to make a change to them. They're not going to get anything more from cutting those programs. And millions of people are going to suffer to cut them. But they're not going to gain anything for it. They're doing it just to watch and know they're the reason those people lived or died. They're suffering. I control their lives. And what's really cool about it is I don't have to care even if it backfires on me because it's not going to affect me either way. So why do they do it? It's because they're fucking sadistic. They enjoy. It's not just the rich could that are controlling America and other countries. They could leave all those programs and it's not going to affect them personally either way. It's not going to make so much that it's going to help anything else. It's merely pulled away from people merely so they can feel more superior that they choose if you live or die. We choose, you die. Ha ha. That's funny. Ha ha ha. That's funny, right? Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a good one. Oh, I got a better one. That's what they're doing. They're not necessary cuts. They're not cuts that's going to even improve their lives. That's the thing, because most of the things that they're doing are eventually going to be beneficial monetarily or power-wise for them. That's their motivation, their impetus for the majority of what they do. But they've gotten beyond that now. They've gotten to the point that they're doing it just for the sadistic laughs they get. The sadistic power that all those people can die because we didn't send those meds over. That was a bare fraction of what our yearly deficit budgets are. And still, so many of you stalwartly defend and that kind of system. You're going to be in their line of fire eventually. And there'll be no one to advocate for you because all the advocates, you let them get caught up in the same sadistic game, and now we're not around to save you or fight for you. So you better start fucking wising up and seeing what they're doing. They're doing that shit not to help, not to save anybody. America first, no. They're doing it. It's like rich people who hunt the most challenging prey available. They pay to hunt humans. That's kind of like what a lot of their shit is. It's just because they like to see people of color getting roughed up and abused and hurt. They enjoy it. Eventually, when they run out of people of color to do it to, it'll be the women. And the men will get little fucking wet dreams and hard-ons because they see a woman or a person of color being mistreated, roughly handled, illegally hurt, arms twisted. They got one woman, she was having seizures, and they're trying to put cuffs on her and telling her she's resisting arrest when she's having a fucking seizure. And somebody is telling them, sir, she has a nerve issue. She has seizures. Stop it. She's seizing. You could hurt her. And they're just sitting there watching her, trying to get cuffs on her. That's not necessary. That's just for the sadistics reason. That's just for a sadist satisfaction. I was able to make her completely, her life was in my hands, literally. I mean, that's sick, people. And that is not normal. Why can't the rich people just fucking be rich and their little rich places and rich things, gloating at the peons, and just leave us the fuck alone with the little bit we're given? You have to take away even the very little bit of crumbs, much like Hitler and his Gestapo did. You can't even let them have oh, no. That's from a fresh piece of bread. I'll give you that crumb back after it's 4 days old. That is not normal. That is not okay. And then you wonder why people snap and take pot shots at people. Well, I don't know. He spent his entire adult life telling women they should kiss their husbands' asses and they are worthless if they don't have a husband, and pop out baby, little Aryan baby factory there. And he would tell men, you need to have control of your woman. That's not a loss for America. It's not a loss for women. Unless you're his family. And I'm not being cold-hearted, but it's not a loss. If you look at it from a woman's point of view, or a person of color's point of view, or an LGBTQ, who he said shouldn't exist. You look at it in their shoes, and he was no savior. He was no advocate for good. But even what happened should not be normal. Do not let it be normal. It's already normal for schools to be shot up, because a school was shot up a few states away while Charlie was being assassinated, and nobody fucking mentioned the murdered children. Because they cared about one influencer over innocent, literally innocent children. And why? Because that influencer had a megaphone for them. They only care when it's one of their own. They didn't care with the Hortmans. They didn't care with Whitmer. They didn't care with Pulse. They didn't care with Sandy Hook. They didn't care with Uvalde. And they don't care at all about the children.